Oh my gosh, my frame's dropping so much.
Until 1939. The Cowlitz indigenous tribe spotted the first moose on tribal land. They reported it to Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, and since then moose have been slowly coming down. And that's because we have all these new forests.
Look at this beautiful forest.
Most of the time that would be considered an
All this crap is real.
And the reason that those moose are not considered to be invasive is because they cause no harm to anything else.
Moose? I don't see any mooses.
Affecting anybody else, so we are more happy to have them. That's a good example of some positive impact from humans. Our two moose are both females.
But
They are about to be 4 years old actually in the next month or so. And they are both orphans up in Alaska separately. They are actually not siblings. We call them sisters because they hang out together. But they, or I guess I should say we as Northwest Tribe, got a call from Alaska Fish and Game saying, hey, we have two female moose. Would you like them? They are orphaned. They are babies. They are going to need to be bottle fed. And we said, absolutely. We've had them for the last few years, and they were bottle fed multiple times a day by some bird keepers. So most of the time, moose
going back to bison.
Our two females hang out together. That's because they were raised together. They're pretty cool. So as you're looking at around today, make sure that you're putting on your predator eyes. As predators, we have this amazing ability to see very far away and to catch movement. Our eyes are on the front of our heads. Prey, on the other hand, have eyes on the side of their heads, like your head. And they have a wider view.
Smells like
As
some
to be able to
pizza.
see predators. They've evolved with us. And they are also very good at holding still. But I traditionally like to say eyes on the front meant to hunt, eyes on the side meant to hide. So we're going to be using our predator eyes today to look out and find something. If you look up here to the left, you're going to see the rest of those bison.
Oh, some of them, they're like,
That is a bull, and you can just tell he is huge. He has a huge hump. He also has some extra hair. We like to say they have extra hair situation going on.
oh my god.
Last year we had 4 babies. And I can't see them.
Gosh, look at,
right now.
you might can't see all of them, but dude, these are so cool.
Chilly, breezy, misty, and that baby is Samson. We are hoping to get a few this year. We don't really know how many we're going to get. That's just because we can't hook up an ultrasound machine out here. We treat them as if they are in the real wilderness. They live out in this area. We come to their area. So we don't have them for anything. We can't have babies. So we will see by the time August rolls around. If one day I'm out here and I do a lap and there's a baby. Pretty fun time for everybody. Same goes for most of the animals. We don't really know. So elk last year I think we had 5 or 6. And we do have some birth control for some of them, but we do let them breed for the most part. It is fun when you come out here and you're not expecting to see something, and all of a sudden there is a brand fresh new little baby. And that season's about July to August. What?
They take off
Their
their
baby,
stuff
you're gonna get
and
it.
give them surgery.
There is rutting season, which is kind of cool. August, September.
Oh,
Rutting
okay.
season is basically the season.
Oh, there must be something in the middle of that.
Battle of who's the biggest and the best to win over the females. Big show. Pretty fun to watch.
Oh, so so these animals battle, like kill each other just for huzz.
Now there was one time in Washington where the
That's sad.
wetlands just didn't see the importance.
There's something called Riz.
Rain enough, and then it doesn't matter. Until scientists came along and said, hey, these wetlands are really important. We don't need to get rid of them. And that's because if you look around and you look at all that muck to the left, it's acting as a gigantic filter and sponge, which basically means
You see that? You see those roots coming out? That's like a barricade.
a lot of flashlight. Also, if you live within 100 miles of here, there's a good chance that you have drank water from the wetland to the left. On average, most humans use about 100 gallons of water a day.
That's where water comes
It's a
from.
lot. All that laundry. So doing something
They filter it.
does make a difference.
So good, they filter it. So no fears. Filters here.
That's why it's important to put a filter on the water.
You might notice in the trees looking around, there is some boxes, it looks like. I truly believe that everybody deserves a home, no matter who.
Matching the fox too with my
Or
phone.
wood ducks. So not only at Trek do we have these beautiful animals in the growing area and the animals in the Corver Park, we also have multiple conservation projects going on. One of them is Girl Scouts. Those are the boxes that you're seeing every day.
What?
Are lovely volunteers doing Girl Scouts. And that's because we don't have those little squirrels, so we want to make sure that they have homes too. Some of those boxes are for bats, birds, anything. So if you live in an apartment maybe or a smaller area, I definitely recommend I'm going to be quiet and
This
give
is-
you a few minutes to just relax. But as we go down this hill and up to the next area, I definitely recommend trying to listen to the noises of a frog and birds.
And other frog songs.
Oh, there's lily pads down there for the frogs.
Oh God, there's buildings.
There's a bird house right there. Or maybe about that house.
Today's a great day to be out here. Alrighty, so as we leave that wetland on the left, if you look to the right, you're going to notice another one, but that's one that's a little bit different. There used to be a river that flowed through here, or a little stream. And it wasn't until some beavers decided, hey, I guess we don't like the flow of water, we're going to block it off. So now, it's a little pool wetland area, thanks to those beavers.
Oh, there's beavers?
Just to show how things so long ago can still shape the environment today that we live in.
Oh, I think I can kind of see the dam.
You might have noticed those big pointy things on their heads.
Oh my god, these
Horns
kids.
have one singular point. And for example, the bison, the mountain goat, and the bighorns all have singular horns. They are made out of keratin. That means that your fingernails and your hair is made out of window.
Oh
And they grow their
no.
entire body.
Here's the bison.
On the other hand, there are antlers. Antlers are like antlers all to the right, but there is a solid blockage right there.
Oh my god, I see them. I see them. I see them. I just saw them.
Have antlers, the males.
They're on the
The
road.
females have no antlers. There's one exception. I'll talk about it. We're out the window.
Oh yes.
Are made out of calcium and phosphorus.
Oh, I want to get over there. Can I get over there?
And antlers do come off every year. The horns stay on all year long, the antlers come off here.
I think they're elk.
And if I'm looking at that could be our female.
Oh my gosh, over there. Oh
Now,
my
our
gosh.
elk do split males until the bachelor herd and the cow herd. I'll go into that in a little bit. That's why they don't have antlers, but hopefully we'll run into that male bachelor herd. And they are starting to grow in their antlers right now. It's quite cute. Split antlers come off every single year after winter. that whoever wins that battle gets to go be the female all winter long and pass down their genetics. And that is why they are separate. If they were together all the time, they would just be fighting. Now, those antlers grow at an extremely fast rate. And by extremely fast, I'm talking the only other fastest biological complex is cancer cells. So antlers are in second to that, and they grow out about 1 inch a day. And I didn't believe that when I first started here, and then I would go home for a weekend and I would come back and they would all have giant antlers. Very true. It's amazing.
Look, you're looking at the animals. You're looking at the animals. Look at the see if you can find the turtle.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be leaving that little area.
All of that got
Another little
taken
wetland
up by like a storm
situation.
or
You also are going to
something.
notice those bison hanging out under the tree. Now, we do call this our maternity ward because this is where all the baby bison are born. For some reason, they always choose this spot on the left. They are getting some shade and relaxing. I don't blame them. And actually, if you look at those bison over there, there's going to be one that's facing us and his horns are sticking straight out. That is the baby bull. His name's Samson. The only reason I know it's him is because his horns are sticking out. And I mentioned that those males grow horns like elves. So they're going to grow out first for the first few years, and then they'll eventually grow up. So right now he looks a little silly.
That's
So Juan is back on the lake. We're kind of getting a better view of her. She is genuinely so cool. Now, bison do have somewhat of a sad story when it comes to their population. Before the Civil War,
Where?
there was around 60 million bison
Where?
in North America.
Oh, I see it.
The United States government decided the best way to push Western religion and push out indigenous tribes. And the best way to push out indigenous tribes was get rid of the
That's a herd.
no,
Oh,
provided a-
one is in the road. Oh, no.
So, over the next few years, they sent people out to hunt these bison, and they were hunted down to just a few hundred left. Not a few 100,000, a few hundred bison left, compared to the 60 million. It wasn't until some of the hunters finally said, hey, we're not going to have any left. And they finally decided to do these laws. And by laws, I mean they opened Yellowstone, sent all those parks where you can't hunt. So those bison that were in Yellowstone, there's about 20. And they're the reason why we have a population.
Give it back. And I see
And
it back.
there is around 500,000 bison now. Still not close to that 60 million. Definitely an improvement.
Brother,
And 60,000 of those are in conservation.
can you scoot over there?
The other large chunk are in captivity.
Sorry.
Alrighty, so up to the left we have the female. Now, I am going to ask you to decide
Look at these
the quiet
babies.
female or skittish.
Oh, so cute.
And you might notice some antlers over there and be thinking, hey, you just told me that the girls don't have antlers. Well, those are baby boys. We call them spikes. And that's because they are 1 year old. They are growing their first set. They have singular spikes. After this year, those spikes will come off and they'll start to branch out and grow
So
antlers that
cute.
look like
Over there,
typical
look
antlers.
over
But
there.
for right now, they kind of look like little giraffes. That's because baby boys still need their moms. We like to say baby boys need moms.
So big,
There's somebody
but
on the
so
right.
small.
And that is a male over here, so I don't know what he is doing. And it looks like he must be a younger one. The younger ones tend to lose their antlers a little bit later than everybody else. So I'm guessing he lost his and he's still hanging out with the female herd. He hasn't been kicked out yet. But baby boys do stay with their moms.
They got white
They're
butts.
about 4 or 5 years
So
old.
weird.
The bachelor herd.
Just their butt part is white.
looks like he has decided that he is not ready to be with the boys, and I don't blame him. Some more females up here. Now, Roosevelt elk do have a similar story. They were originally called Olympic elk. They got renamed to Roosevelt elk after our president, Theodore Roosevelt. It's because he was an elk hunter. He used to go out there every single year and see all these elk, and he noticed that elk populations were declining. So along with the openings of national parks where you couldn't hunt, he also helped create some laws around elk for population growth, and therefore they were released.
Because their heads held high.
And they are the largest species of elk.
They won't with their heads up.
And you can see that spike back there. He's probably about 1 year old. You can tell he's just smaller. So he must have been born last year, maybe in
Pretty close.
August time frame, September. And next year he'll have two. So instead of about one,
Kind of
spike,
looks like a cow.
about each year they kind of gain a branch until they hit about 6. That's about how they stay down. Alrighty. And I am seeing something up here to the left. Make sure. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be running into our bachelor herd of elk. So same thing with the boys. And these guys are growing those antlers up right now. You're gonna notice that fuzzy velvet actually has some blood vessels in it that nourishes, helps them grow. And you're gonna notice that they look a little lazy right now, and that's because all of the work growing those antlers basically means that they just sit all day and eat.
Oh, I see them.
Just sit all day and eat.
These are the boys. They weigh about 1,000
Look at
pounds.
the boys.
They're large.
Right there.
I know.
Did you notice these stumps
Okay, my
around? This is a good example of the clear cutting that happens. But we do leave
Please?
enough because
I want to get the
boys are
video.
along with the bison. Like,
DC, look, where's that?
and I will say your windows aren't down pretty good for the smell of that small very
Whoa! The reindeer.
They look like they have pigtails.
Boo.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, I would say, maybe about a month ago, nobody had antlers yet. So that's just how fast they grow. They all look very, very hard to tell the female and the male.
Their horns are like fuzzy, aren't they?
Yeah, they do look fuzzy.
Alrighty. We are gonna see what we can find. You know those Colombian black-tailed deer you might be seeing? They form bands, they're called. And occasionally I do tend to know some of the bands that hang out around here. For example, there is a band back there of 4 deer. They do have some names. Their names are George.
You guys having fun?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's not real. We're gonna name them all we have to.
I think I see an antler.
Deer are pretty interesting. So a male is called a buck, a female is a doe, and a baby is a fawn.
That's antlers. That's definitely antlers.
In the 1800s.
I will show you the video after this.
A buck's skin equal to about $1 US. That's based on blood here in Doesn't mean they have bucks, they meant buck skins. Now, I hope nobody gives me a buck skin when I ask for that. I do mention hunting quite a bit. I do want to point out.
Smells like mint.
But hunting is a really good way to the conservation. And that's because those fees that you pay for that fishing license, or whatever it is that you're doing, that all goes back into Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Also helps us keep track of numbers. Sometimes hunting is viewed as a negative thing, but I'd like to point out it's not. It's important that we have people out there that are doing those things for us.
This kind of smells like mint.
Alrighty, we are going to be taking a left here. We're going to be on the last 15 minutes or so of our tour. So I'll give you a few more moments of peace before I eat out for the rest of it. Be sure to listen. You might hear some frogs around here, especially with the wetlands. We saw the elk bulls as well as the elk cows and some here. We even saw the swan. That's pretty cool because she's not here all the time. So we're going to see what else we can find. And this area is very popular for a specific animal. And that's because this side of our forest is a little bit closer. I don't know if you remember earlier I mentioned which animals like you're not sure you're trying to take.
She's still
They
playing.
tend to hang out over here. We'll see if we can find them. Sometimes they are quite shy. Now, caribou are my one exception to that antler rule. So males always have antlers in the deer family. So moose, deer, elk. But when it comes to caribou, they are the one exception. The females also have antlers. But for my ladies in the tram, I do have some good news for you.
Hold on. I think I see something.
The males.
Oh, I do see something. I saw something moving. Like something eating. Oh yeah, we're gonna get close to it. I think it was like probably a black bear. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. That's definitely an animal. I think that's a black
Over to the
bear.
left, we have another wetland. This is actually Pothole Lake, or an brook. It's also the scientific name for a glacier lake. Well, okay. Basically, a long time ago, a chunk of ice fell from a glacier or a mountain and settled right here and melted slowly over tens of thousands of years and created this little lake. There's a lot of those in Washington. So this goes to show that how something so long ago, same with that beaver habitat, is still affecting us today. Now, if you live around here, if you live around the area with lots of lakes, you might notice that around August, July timeframe, those lakes get shut down. And that's because of something called toxic cyanobacteria. And as fun as that word sounds, it does not make me feel good. So if you are at maybe Savannah Lake in the summer or somewhere else, and you shut down and you want to swim anyway, I might recommend skipping that. But you look at the Department of Health, all the lakes and the contiguous lakes are on there. That's just due to that climate change. The weather's getting warmer, lakes are getting warmer, which means there's more eutrophication. Alright, so we have two male caribous as of this week. We had one male and the rest of them females. This week we got a new boy in, so he's quite smaller. He was out this morning, so we'll see if we can find him. Pretty exciting. We're hoping to get more caribou. Like I said, woodland caribou we will see in the lower 48. If you want to see this exact type of caribou, you're going to have to go to Alaska. Now, if we don't see them today, or for some reason we don't see an animal that you really want to see, I'm going to remind you that although that's somewhat upsetting, that means that there is enough space for them to hide. They are happy. They can choose to eat out. Bison, those elk, all chose the other way for us to see them. We have many areas where they can hide. 60 inches. I like to remind people that they don't see them. But it also just means they'll have to come back.
Is that a wolf or ostrich or deer? Oh, it's a deer.
Okay, just in perfect timing.
Hold on, excuse me.
To the left right here is going to be our female. So I mentioned that those females have antlers. That's one of the females. She just hasn't lost her antlers yet.
Look at these beauties. Hello. Hello.
We have 4 ladies left in Washington that got moved up to Alaska a few years ago. But these are the only woodland caribou you're going to see. These are all the females right now. They're all hanging out together.
You're so beautiful.
They're quite thinner than
You're so
the males.
beautiful. I want to name that one Katie. It's beautiful, Katie.
Also, if you're thinking, whoa, they need to be brushed, I promise you we take care of our animals. It is just time to shed those winter coats. Same with bison, everybody's more raggedy. Now those hairs are pretty cool. When they walk, you might hear it clicking down. And that is actually not their hooves.
Their antlers are so
It is a tendon. Exactly.
Those are pointy.
So if you ever get a chance,
Thick and fuzzy.
they will make that noise on grass. It doesn't matter. It's very cool. I'm glad we got to see those guys. Those females are pretty skittish. They don't really come out. That's pretty cool.
It's so watery.
We're hoping a few of those ladies
like
over there
all
are respectful.
All the animals come to the water. Yeah. That's why they have the tram that goes around the water.
Now, if this is your first time at Trek, welcome. We have a tour to the park that you probably have already seen. We do close at 5 today, so feel free to walk around. We have some really cool animals in there. For example, some of my favorites were Blakey and Oakley, the owner of the We also spent for the black Huckleberry and Longhorn. If you want to see some reptiles,
Let her drop it out the window.
Oh, that's a nice one. This looks like a Black Ops 3.
and I do get asked if I ever get bored of doing these tours over and over again. And the answer is no. Every single time I come out here, it is completely different. I never know what I'm going to see or who I'm going to see or where I'm going to see them. And I'm very grateful to be on this land. And I know on Trek we are all grateful. So I do want to point out that as we travel through this area,
Can I go
we
eat
have caught
something
a
after
glimpse
this?
of the magnificent landscape here in the Pacific Northwest. The land that Trek sits on is the traditional homeland of the
It's almost 4.
with deep significance to the Coast Salish tribe. Coast Salish people have
Oh,
lived on
this is the end.
since time immemorial, including today. We know that healthy habitats and healthy animals are everybody doing their part. And just like you being here today, buying that ticket, you have done your part. Now, we do have some really exciting news for my adults listening coming up in the fall. I am not allowed to say what the news is, but I can say that we're going to be open 5 days a week instead of 3 days a week. Point Defiance, our sisters do. We'll make sure to go slow once I get up there. Wondering where they went. They're normally out.
Can't you hear us?
Can't find them. They're pretty easy to spot. So they're going to be up here on the left. When you look down this road, you're going to look down a gravel
Do you think
road,
they make the
and you're going to see
loud
these white
noises?
cloth balls. That would be our
Oh, I see them! I see
We have
them!
all 5.
They're so white! No, those are goats. Those are definitely goats.
Now, these guys were rescued.
Hey, it's
They
me.
malnourished and orphaned. 4 of them were.
No, nah, bro.
and-
It's not.
I'm a
Like-
goat.
Okay, hold on. Can you move real quick so I can see?
They're quite cute. They stick out like a sore thumb. And that's because they don't have any predators.
Yeah.
One thing that's really concerning was the fact that I-90 was built. They increased slightly. It's been well.
Oh, we're gonna. I think we're gonna meet them.
That hair on them, although it's bright white, if you were to pluck it, it would actually be translucent. Also be hollow and feel a little waxy. That waxy stuff comes from the inland. And that's what basically makes them waterproof. Now, Kalani is the one giving us a dirty look all the way from over here. No matter how good his day is, he makes sure to make he's a spunky guy. I would argue that he is definitely the favorite.
The
in the surrounding
goats.
area. He's
Oh,
really
I
good.
see.
Now, you might
I
that
see
swan over there, too.
the swan.
The animals.
Oh, look at that beauty.
I'm so happy.
Hold on, real quick. Yeah, you can see her. You can see that one. Oh, he's so bright. Oh, she's so white and bright.
I don't think we're gonna have any victims because Kalani's not allowed to anymore with his aggressive behaviors. He did ram last time. He felt like it. But he's been
Wait,
doing very good.
see
He was
what?
a very good boy last year.
See what?
We applaud him on that every day.
Oh,
Alrighty, we are coming back in that little lake. We are going to be heading back to the still feed system. I know it feels silly when I stop, but I have to make sure no animals on either side. The requirements. Okay, grab it. And then we'll give time to look around, make sure that you lose your wallet or anything. I find things all the time, and I would take your wallet and look through it, but I am funded by taxpayers, so I am not allowed to do that. I have to return it. Also, I'm going to ask that we repeat if you could do me a favor, roll up those windows. It's great to get that energy out, not by the gift shop, change any last animals. I will say the grizzlies are super fun to see at the end of the day.
this is so cool.
Thank you all for coming in again. We will open the doors for you. Watch your hands. Turn around, make sure you have
The
everything.
horseshoe lake.
And we will see you next time.
That's so cool. That's so freaking cool.
There we go. Eyes on grandma. She pushes his hand away. Hannah, you weren't even looking at me. Look at grandma. No, look at grandma. Eyes on my face. Where's the puppy? Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Lacey, where's the puppy? Where's the kitty? No smile?
Well,
Are we at the top? We're at the top.
Alright. That was fun.
Do you frame out? It was actually, I took a lot of pictures.
I wonder if there's food here.
No, Kai,
We're gonna get some on the way back.
Okay.